Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me tonight. I'm Gustavo Tolosa. I am the pianist and also the plant-based chef. I want to tell you a few little things before we get started while people are coming in. First of all, I want to make sure that you can hear me. So please type if you can hear me. I won't be able to be answering your messages because I will be standing here, but please type, and then later on I can read and answer to you. So first of all, I'm going to tell you the surprise. I will go ahead and just let it out at the beginning. The surprise that I said I was going to share with you is that I am starting my own show, which is called The Pianist and the Chef. This show will air once a month, and it will be a very unusual combination of things that I don't think you have seen, at least in the plant-based world. It will be me sharing with you some exclusive recipes that are very delicious, easy to make, and international in flavor sometimes. And I will pair up each dish that I make with a special music that will go with it. And many times it will be myself who will be performing the music at the piano. Other times I will invite other musicians to join me. But I will also invite a doctor to these Pianist and the Chef episodes, who will be talking for a few minutes only about the benefits of the food that we will be making. And I will be showing you my favorite places here in this beautiful mountain village where I spend a lot of time in my cabin where I'm right now. Also, when I travel, and I travel all over the world, and hopefully I will do that again, I will take you with me, and I will show you also the places where I travel. And on the way, I will introduce you to special people, family and friends that make life an exciting adventure. And so this show will be a sort of like, I will take you on a tour with me. We will cook, we'll listen to music. It will be fun. It will be once a month. And if you would like to register for the first episode of the show, which is going to air next Sunday, and if you cannot watch live, you can watch the recorded version. You can do that at plantemas.com. That is P-L-A-N-T, like plant, and then E-M-U-S.com. You've got to click on The Pianist and the Chef, and then you can sign up for that. So this is my first Facebook Live of The Pianist and the Chef, and it's a short version. I'm going to share with you one recipe. And if you're wondering why I'm dressed like this, well, it's because right after this, I'm going to a birthday party, and I will take the dish that I make tonight to the party. And I'm also dressed like this because it's winter here in Argentina, and it's supposed to go down to the 20s in a few hours, and who knows, tomorrow we may even have snow. So that is why I'm dressed like this. All right, so what are we gonna do tonight? I'm going to show you how to make a tuna-less salad, a salad that tastes and feels like tuna, but it doesn't have tuna. This is a channel in which I share with you plant-based recipes with no animal products, minimal to none of processing, and no added fat and no added vegetable oils. So that's what we're going to make tonight, and I will show you the dessert that I'm taking tonight as well. And let's get moving. So this recipe of the tuna-less salad comes from the book that my dear friend Kathy Fisher wrote. The name of the book is Straight Up Food, and she has a website that is under the same name, If you go to the website, straightupfood.com, this recipe is there for free. And it's called Tuna salad, T-U-N-O salad, Tuna salad. It's one of the best tuna salads I've had. I make it often. So what do we need for this? We need, in my cute little food processor here, what I have there, and you may need to have, if you have a high-speed blender, even better. Okay, I just didn't want to bring that one here. I think this one will work. What you will need to put there is ½ cup of water, 2 ounces of raw unsalted cashews, which is about ½ cup, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of mustard. I have Dijon mustard, no salt. 2 teaspoons of vinegar, and I like the apple cider vinegar. 1 medium clove of garlic chopped, and 2 to 3 teaspoons, I put 3, of the kelp granules. And I need to explain. These are the kelp granules. K-E-L-P, and it comes from the sea. It's a wonderful way to make food taste like it has fish, but this is basically seaweed, and it has a lot of wonderful elements in it. If you don't have that, then you can get the nori sheets. Nori is spelled N-O-R-I. These are algae sheets. Okay, it's used many times for sushi. And you can put one of these sheets in a blender and make your own kelp in a way. You could even chop it if you don't want to put it in the blender. This is going to be what gives this tuna salad the taste of fish. You can skip this, but of course, then it is not going to be a salad that tastes like tuna. So that's what I have here. It's been there for about 30 minutes, more like 45 minutes. The cashews need to get soft and absorb the water and the lemon juice and all that. So the longer they're there, the better. And I will let it sit there while I show you the next part. So, how do we make this tuna? Believe it or not, to my amazement one day when I tried this, garbanzo beans have the same flaky texture as tuna. So, here I have 3 cups or 2 cans of garbanzo beans. Of course, if you get the cans, you've got to wash them and rinse them. And then you can put them in a blender or you can chop them. I always use the blender. Today, I just chop them. And it's very flaky like tuna. And it even tastes like tuna even before we add everything else. It's quite amazing, this texture that it gets. So you can chop it. You can put it in a blender and or in a food processor, and that's how it will come out. Make sure you don't leave it for a long time or it's going to become a paste, okay? So this is 3 cups or 2 cans. 1 can is always a cup and a half. So this is 2 cans or 3 cups of the garbanzo beans. So this is ready to go. And to this, we will add 3 stalks of celery that have been finely chopped. You want to do it as small as possible. And 1/4 cup of red onion, finely chopped as well. And now it's time to stir this. Very good, like this. And while I stir this, I will tell you that if you would like to be in my email list, please go to plantemus.com. Plantemus, by the way, is because plant for plant-based and MUS for music. So it's plant and then EMUS, because this website combines my two passions, which is plant-based healthy eating with music. And it is a website that I do together with a physician, Dr. Diego Poniman, who is the physician in residence, we could call it, for the program. All right, so it's very well mixed. Now this is optional, but tonight, since I'm taking this to a party where there are people that are not used to eating plant-based, and they will be impressed, and they probably won't even notice that this is not real tuna, I will add 1 avocado. Every time I cut an avocado, I get a little nervous because you never know. Sometimes they look good on the outside and they're not good in the inside. This one is fine. So for this one, we will need to chop it or to cube it. So we'll just do it like this. And again, this is optional. Remember that for some of us that have always had weight problems, sometimes we need to stay away from high-fat foods, even if it's a good fat, like the avocado. It's still 100% fat. And like Dr. McDougall says, the fat you eat is the fat you wear, and there is no way around it. So sometimes I have avocados. I don't have quite an addiction like other people do, so it's not a trigger for me, but I don't eat it all the time. But this is just one pretty small, actually it's not a very big avocado, and it has it there. Many times I don't include that, but I will, like I said, today. Very good. So our tuna salad here is done. Now we need to add the cashew mustard dressing, which is here. I'm going to pulse it a few more times. Here is the cashew mustard dressing. Now, what happens if you don't want to do this dressing because you don't want to eat cashew? Ooh, goodness sake. This really, really smells like fish. So, like tuna. And this is going to fool everyone, just like it has fooled everyone in the past. Okay, excellent. This is the way we want it. So now we mix. So what happens if you don't want the cashews? Well, what you can do is use tahini. You can use about 2 tablespoons of tahini. And so it would have the tahini, and it would also have the kelp with the nori sheet, and you would mix that also with the lime and the lemon juice and with everything else here. But that would take the place of the cashews. So I like to give you options in case that you don't have something or you don't want to use something. Very good. So I'm going to let it soak. While I do that, I'm going to tell you what I did here. I got some nice, ripe, juicy tomatoes, and with a melon baller, I took all the inside of the tomato, and I put the inside of the tomato here. So I will add some of the meat, as we said, as we could call it, not the juice because I don't like it runny. And this is not part of Chef Kathy Fisher's recipe, but today I'm going to go ahead and add some of the tomato, which I have cut it. Also, I have chopped it a little bit. And we mix. I want to show you the texture of this tuna salad. And it really does look like tuna salad. Now is the moment of truth, and I am going to give it a try. Oh, goodness sake. This is so good. When I make this, when I make that, it just doesn't last. It just disappears very quickly. You can put this and make tuna sandwiches. You can put it on a bed of lettuce with slices of tomatoes, or you can make my stuffed tomatoes. So, with a spoon here, we will stuff the tomatoes, and I want to put as much as it will allow me. So I will press it hard, and then I will do a little bit of I'm gonna make sure that it has some avocado, and I will make a little top there. And while I stuff these tomatoes, I'll remind you that you want to get some really nice and ripe tomatoes, and hopefully those that can stand on a plate really well without tipping over. While I do this, I want to remind you that if you want to be in my mailing list, go to plantemus.com, and this pop-up window is going to appear, and you can put your name and your email there, and you will be in my email list. Also, you can just send me an email to info@plantemus.com, and I'll get the email myself because that goes directly to me. If you like to hear my music, which tonight I won't be playing music for you, but next Sunday I will, and it's going to be a very wonderful webinar with pasta. You will be able to finally eat pasta without feeling guilty, because this is going to be the gnocchi, which is a potato-based pasta, and I'm going to show you how to do it with no flour, with my heavenly tomato sauce and my stuffed and roasted pears. So that's for next Sunday, and you can sign up on for that in my plantemus.com website when you click on the Pianist and the Chef. All right, so now to finish it off, I have some olives. I'm going to put an olive on top, and a slice of red bell pepper, and look at this presentation. Don't they look amazing? Now, if you want, you could put their little hats on, and they, you have to work on it. They look just adorable. Wow. So what have I done for this party where I'm going tonight? Well, we all know that when we go to parties, unless we go to a plant-based party, we will find food that is not compliant, and for some of us, one bite of something that is not compliant can take us down a path that we don't want. So what do we eat? We do two things. We pre-eat so that when we arrive at the party, we are not starving. And we can always say that we would love to contribute and bring something. So that's exactly what I've done. I have had my healthy roasted veggies, and I am not starving. I'm a little hungry, but I'm not starving. I will for sure have one of these tomatoes. I will have some salad because I know there will be salad, and I will be using lime or lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. And I am taking a dessert to share, but really it's for me. All right, so what is the dessert? This dessert, I'm going to show you the recipe and how to make it next week when I release it on YouTube. And this is one of those, the Pianist and the Chef bagatelles, like they say. And this is where I show you one recipe and I play one piece of music for you, and it's free. About 95% of what I do is free. Once a month, I charge a very small fee for my long 45 to an hour long show, The Pianist and the Chef. So please look at this. I printed, subscribe to my channel. My channel is under the name of Gustavo Tolosa, and then click on the bell so that you can get the notices when I upload something new, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for subscribing. So now let me show you what I have in the oven. Baked, stuffed apples. Now these apples inside have some amazing fillings. These apples also disappear the minute that someone tastes one bite. They're super healthy. There is no processed sugar. All there is in here is totally healthy, and is going to just satisfy your sweet tooth. So I'm taking this to the party. These are the two things that I'm taking, and I will show you how to make the apples next week. When you subscribe and you click on the bell, you're going to get a notice immediately when I show you this cooking video. So I hope that you have enjoyed tonight's Facebook Live of The Pianist and the Chef. And tonight, actually, only the plant-based chef was here. The pianist was on a strike and did not want to play, but next week he will. Goodbye, everyone. If you ever want to get in touch with me, I do answer my own emails, and my email is info@plantemus, PLANTEMUS.com. info@plantemus.com. Thank you again, and it will be until soon. Good night.